Welcome and thank you for joining us today. It's an important day for Columbus State athletics and particularly our women's basketball program. Today caps off a tremendous week for our program, as earlier in the week at the Peach Belt Conference meetings, Columbus State collected a number of outstanding awards, and including the Commissioner's Cup, which recognizes us as the top athletic program in the very challenging Peach Belt Conference. So it's a great day, great week, and excited and so proud of our overall program. As you know, the search for a new leader for our women's basketball program began approximately a little over 6 weeks ago when Jonathan Norton stepped down from the post that he had held and been highly successful. To no surprise, there was a great deal of interest in this position, a great deal of interest from head coaches, assistant coaches throughout the country, and I thought there should be, because I believe this is one of the top Division II women's basketball coaching positions in the country. Throughout the search, I was provided support and a steady hand by our president, Dr. Chris Markwood. I'd like to thank you for that support as well as being here today. Thank you, Dr. Markwood. In addition, I want to thank the coaches and the staff that participated in the search during the on-site visits. Special thanks to Dr. Glenn Stokes, our faculty athletic representative, to Chelsea Powell, who is our advisor, academic advisor in the Academic Center for Excellence on campus, to Julio Llanos, our Associate Athletic Director, who works so hard behind the scenes making sure everything was in order, and also our head basketball coach, Robert Moore. Robert's out of the country right now, but I know he's excited for this naming today. In addition, our women's basketball was very well represented during the interview process by Ashley Azuzu, or Zoo, right? Zoo will be a senior this year, and I know that she's excited about the future. But it was Ashley, actually. It was Ashley that directly and passionately challenged me on that very first day that she learned that Jonathan was stepping down. She challenged me to make sure that I did this right. Her words were meaningful. And the way she challenged me is she said, I want you to bring in a coach, a leader with a win now mentality. As a senior, as a rising senior, I totally understand that. Someone that would push and coach her and her teammates to have a great and memorable year in her senior season, but also would be committed to developing a long-term success plan for the program. A coach also that would support the team on and off the court through caring and nurturing of the important student-athlete relationship. Her impactful comments meant a great deal to me, and I'm confident I have met your challenge in attracting the perfect person to lead our women's basketball program forward. So thank you, Ashley, and thank you to our student-athletes who gathered very quickly today to have an opportunity to visit with Coach. I have found that in any coaching search, as any coaching search moves along and approaches the eventual end goal, there's a phrase that often emerges that describes the process and the coach or the candidate that you were narrowing in on. And this search has been no different. In Coach Anita Howard, what I found was and is a coach that checked all the boxes for what I felt was necessary for continuing our high level of success and expectations for our women's basketball program. A few of those boxes that needed to be checked and were important to me included a coach that consistently won or has been around winning intercollegiate athletic programs. Anita Howard has led 2 different institutions, compiling an overall 79-30 record as head coach, both at Livingstone College and Salem College. She immediately turned around programs that had not enjoyed recent success prior to her arrival. I needed a coach that had a proven ability to identify, recruit, and develop high-quality student athletes, including having direct recruiting ties and contacts throughout Georgia and the region. Anita is a native of Georgia, graduating from Beach High School in Savannah, Georgia. So she has a keen understanding of Georgia high school and AAU basketball and the overall recruiting landscape. A coach needed to be committed to high ethical standards, NCAA compliance, academic success, and development of the complete student-athlete experience. I needed a coach that had the experience and knowledge about the tough, competitive environment of the Peach Belt Conference. Anita played her senior season and was actually a member of a championship team at what was then Armstrong Atlantic University, now Armstrong State University, and one of our top rivals. She also played volleyball and basketball at Fort Valley State University. Needed a student of the game that could adapt strategically to her personnel and play an exciting and fun brand of basketball for fans and players. A coach that would work to develop our growing fan base, as well as a role model in empowering young women on the team, as well as those throughout CSU and the Columbus community. And finally, a coach that would fit CSU athletics, contributing and adding to an already established synergy among the outstanding coaches leading our other athletic programs. And I truly believe I found exactly that. At the end of the day, we all recognize and appreciate the importance of Columbus State University women's basketball. And with that in mind, I sought to bring the best basketball coach that could continue to elevate the success we've enjoyed in the Peach Belt Conference and the NCAA Southeast region, while building on the national brand and history of success established by Coach Jay Sparks and Coach Jonathan Norton. For all those boxes that I listed, that person and that perfect fit, the one that checked all the boxes is Coach Anita Howard. I'm excited to introduce you to the third coach in the history of Columbus State University women's basketball. Please join me in welcoming Anita Howard.
Wow, that was a great introduction. I feel like I've known this guy actually all my life. He's one of the biggest reasons I decided actually to come to Columbus, because the relationship that he and I made in that brief amount of time, I thought was kind of surreal. But when I actually came on campus for my interview process, I realized it wasn't just in him. It was in the Columbus community, and not just on the campus, I mean outside of the Columbus State University walls. But before I go any further on this great gentleman over here, I just got to thank a couple people. So first and foremost, I got to thank God. He is the reason that I'm here, that all of us are here today, and so I got to thank God. He is the leader in me and my family's life. I want to thank my family. I have my lovely sister here. She's in the Air Force right down the road, and so I know she's happy for me to be right down the road at Columbus State University, Nicole and my niece Jalen. And then also my husband, Theo Howard. He's here today as well. They always say behind every great man is a strong woman. Well, I feel a little bit differently. He is the backbone of our family. He probably begs to differ because I'm called Groucho Mom at home, but he keeps everything together, and with a supportive husband like that, I'm able to be who I am today as the successful coach that you see standing before you. He's gone with me through every journey, every school, and so he's going to be probably our biggest fan. And then our athletic director, Todd Reeser, great guy. Like I said, I've known him for a brief amount of time, but the passion that he has for Columbus State and where he sees the program and athletics going, I would be remiss to not want to work for a guy like that. And then President Mark Wood, you and I had a brief conversation on my visit, and you and I kind of feel the same way. It just was kind of surreal, the hospitality that I felt, and so I felt that when I was in your office, and I just appreciate the opportunity for you, one, allowing Todd to bring me in. And so I'm just thankful to be with you guys today. On that note, I also want to thank the student athletes that came today. We kind of met briefly today, and like I said in the locker room, it's because of you I'm here. I couldn't be a basketball coach if we didn't have any players, and so I'm here to serve you guys. And so I'm big on servant leadership. I'm an open book. You know, I'm going to be firm and consistent, but I want to see you guys excel. And like Todd has said, Columbus State women's basketball has been, you know, pretty dominant over the last couple of years, several years. And so we want to take them from the Peach Belt Conference to the national prowess. And so hopefully that's what I'm going to do for you guys. I'm home. Georgia is home. I am home. I'm glad to be back in Georgia. The hospitality, like I said, is top notch, top notch. I'm home, I'm back, and I'm ready to go. I'm eager to get on the court, meeting with the couple of student athletes I did with this morning. I was ready to put on my whistle and get on the court, but I know, you know, the court just got done, so I don't want to mess it up or anything. But I'm ready. I'm so eager and excited, and I'm trying not to use the word excited, but it's just fitting. It's fitting for how I feel today. I'm excited to be the next and third head coach at Columbus State University. With the tradition and the culture that's already been established, I'm now a part of that family. And speaking of family, I am a family person. And so head coach is the title in which the capacity which I serve, but that's not who I am. I am a mother. I have 3 kids, and we got one going off to college, and so I kind of am grinding to that aspect. But I'm a mother, I'm a wife, and so that's what I look to bring as a female coach to my female student athletes. We're going to try to have that close-knit family bond, because if you look at those national championship contenders, you have teams that really want to see each other do well, like one of the players said today in the locker room. You want to see their teammates do well. And so the family atmosphere that I have at my household, I plan to bring into this locker room and onto this court. And I think that it's not going to be a hard duty to fulfill, because of the love that I felt in the short amount of time I've been here. And I do want to thank the search committee also. I kind of skipped over you guys. Thank you. You guys drilled me, but it was okay to drill me because I felt like it was kind of talking to family. And so I wanted to make sure that I gave you all of me, so you know what you was getting and who you were getting. And I felt like I was the right fit, and I'm glad that you guys decided I was the right fit. To my predecessor, Jonathan Norton, I know he's done a great job. I've been watching Columbus State from afar in different conferences. You know, we noticed the Peach Belt and all their successes, but Columbus State and what they've done under his leadership. And so he's built a great program, and so I'm looking to build upon that success and just take it to the next level. I want today's success to be future dominance. And like I told our young ladies in the locker room, it's easy. It's not that easy to be at the top. So it's 3 things. It's 1, to get there, and so they're there. I think we finished number 1 in the regular season. There was regular season champions last year, and so now you got to be at the helm and have all the darts thrown at you. And so what you have to do to get past that on to the next level is you got to work even harder. And so to get there, to be there, and to stay there is 3 different things in itself. And so I plan on making sure that we do everything possible to not only stay there, but excel and take what Coach Norton has done over the last 20-plus years and just take it to the next level. Got a friend that I did a basketball camp with. Some of you guys may be familiar with her, Nancy Lieberman-Klein. Well, Nancy Lieberman now. She's a Hall of Famer. And she said something to me that has stuck with me throughout my entire coaching career. And she said, you want to have a team that's going to be excellent at the things that don't take talent. Columbus State Athletics overall has talent athletes. But the thing that I feel that the Columbus State women's basketball team will have to do is be excellent at things that don't take talent. We got shooters, we got rebounders, we got defenders, but I want them their effort to exceed anything that they've ever expected. And so one of the questions they asked me was, what will it be like, you know, in a practice? And so I told them it's going to be hard. You know, it's going to be hard, and it has to be hard because you want the game to be fun. That's your reward. And so we got to be excellent at things that don't take talent. We got to dive on the floor for those loose balls. You got to box out, even if you don't get the rebound. You just make sure your girl doesn't get the rebound. You got to have a finisher's mentality. That means if you got to get 2 and 3 rebounds over and over and over, finish what you've started. And then we're going to try to play up tempo. I know they're kind of used to, the half-court basketball set, but that's just not who I am. And so I'm going to try to take what Coach Norton did and add my spin to it. And my spin is I want to pick up the tempo a little bit. I want to bring an exciting brand of basketball to Columbus State University so that we're not having just everybody show up for Robert Moore and the boys team. We want everybody there early for our game. We want an exciting brand of basketball. We want the students on campus to come to the games. I know we have the grandmothers, the aunts, the alum, and everybody coming out to show us support, but I want our peers, their peers, to come and check them out. And so to do that, we got to kind of get out and let them know, hey, it's a new sheriff in town, and she's pretty energetic and passionate about what she's doing, so you might want to come check out our product. And so that's what I plan on doing. I live by the 5 Ps. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. They're going to know that by the end of their graduation. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. You got to be prepared. And not just on the court, you got to be prepared in the classroom, you got to be prepared in life. And if you're always prepared, you'll never have to worry about getting prepared. And so no matter whatever opponent that we see, whether it's in the Peach Belt, in the region, in the national championship game, we're going to be prepared because we're going to start that preparation in preseason. And so our preseason is going to be like a boot camp. And they may hate me, but they'll love me when they're cutting those nets down. So 5 Ps, proper preparation prevents poor performance. And effort. Like I said, I'm so blessed. Todd told you I've been taking teams from the bottom of their conferences and leading them to the top. I'm so excited to have a team that's already at the top of their conference and hopefully lead them to that next journey as far as a national championship. But it's going to be about effort. The kind of young ladies that I want to coach and the recruits that I want to bring in, they won't be outworked. I'm not going to be outworked as a coach in the conference. My players are not going to be outworked on the court. And so that's the staple and the standard that we're going to set as far as being firm, fair, and consistent. I'm going to be firm, I'm going to be fair, but I'm going to be consistent. And I think that's what it's going to take for us to win a national championship. And I know I have big shoes to fill. And so I'm standing before you today continuously talking about a national championship. It's not going to be easy. I have to win the conference first. I haven't won my first Peach Belt yet, but I'm not looking past it. That's just the expectation that I have for these young ladies because they've been there, they've done that, and they know what it takes to get that done. And so I'm here to not only hopefully get that done, but to get them to that national championship game. We have a couple seniors here today, and I'm telling you guys, you ladies today, that is what we're going to get done. That is what I'm going to spend my entire day in, day out practicing, watching film, being prepared with our opponents to make sure that we're able to play, and that's what I told them in the locker room. If and when we get to that game, we'll win it. It's all about getting there because once you win the national championship, you get to go to the White House. Never been in the White House personally and met the president and just kind of walked around. So I want them to see it. I'm a big visual person. And so I want them to visualize our future. You got to set goals. And I can talk all day, so I don't want to talk too much, but I just want to make sure that, we're going to be engaged in our campus community. I do want the students here at Columbus to see an exciting brand of basketball. I want the alumni to see an exciting brand of basketball. And I want our community as a whole to see an exciting brand of basketball. We've already been at the top, but there's even more mountain to go. And so I just thank you, Todd, for believing in me. Dr. Mark Wood, I was about to say Westbrook. I'm thinking about the NBA games. But thank you, President Mark Wood, for instilling the women's basketball program in my hand. It's kind of, it's surreal to know that I'm the 3rd coach in the history of the program, but I don't take that lightly. I don't take that lightly. I'm going to work tirelessly to make sure that, one, we keep it where it was at and just move it to the next level. Thank you.